How you doing, everyone? My name is Lucas Russell, and today I'm going to talk about gun control and how we don't need stiffer gun control, but a better use of gun control is what I'm going to introduce it as, because we don't need less guns on our streets per se, but less unlicensed sellers being able to distribute guns without the government's knowledge. So the first thing we're going to start with is the Second Amendment and what it means. So the Second Amendment says, a well-armed militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So what does this mean? It means that we as citizens should have the right to have assault rifles, tanks, drones, anything that the United States Army has, we should also be able to equip ourselves with. Now, being that they're $1 million tanks and $1 million drones is not very feasible for us, but we should still be able to have these things if we were able to afford them. So, that being said, we need the right to have assault rifles in case of a overthrown government per se, or a government that isn't treating us right. So the next point I want to talk about is that guns aren't what kills people. People kill people. And this is evident in England and Wales in 2017-2018. There was 285 deaths from knives and sharp objects versus 29 for shootings. Now, they do have almost no guns on the street, but there's still, people are going to kill people no matter how hard you try to stop it. Guns are not. So if the citizens have more access to weapons, it should decrease this. I don't have any statistics on that, but it should. This chart is from BBC.com. Now, these guns are obtained illegally. Now, in the U.S., it's a different scenario, and it's worse. Illegally obtained guns, the U.S. Department of Justice says that 40% of guns acquired in the United States annually come from unlicensed sellers. So what does this mean? The other 60% are guns that the government knows about and the right people have them. This 40%, the government doesn't know who has them, and they probably shouldn't have guns in the first place, or they wouldn't be getting them from here. Now, the U.S. Department of Justice also says that 80% of the Mexico's illegal firearms are imported to the United States, which are these 80% that these unlicensed sellers are selling. So if we can strengthen the border and make it harder for unlicensed sellers to sell guns, we should have less shootings like the Columbine and Sandy Hook shooting. These statistics here come from lawcenter.gifford.org. Other than that, that's the main reasons why we need stronger laws on unlicensed sellers, but we still us as citizens need to have access to assault rifles and the heavier weaponry that the military has. So there's got to be a balance of laws that will keep us safe and laws that will keep us safe, if you understand what I'm saying. We need to be able to have weapons, but the right people have them. So, thank you guys. I appreciate you staying for me.